the mother trucking woods. Out here, feeling good. Welcome to the mother trucker backwoods, boy. In the woods with the redneck toys. Oh, yellow mother truckers, what's cracking? Okay, I wanted to do this specifically to give an explanation of every song that I got on this album. And I've got 10 tracks on the album Backwoods Badass. Here's the hard copy right here. This album, Backwoods Badass, is my very first album I have ever come out with. So I'm gonna give you a rundown of every single song, the explanation behind it, why I made it, what's the reasoning for it, to give you guys a little backstory before you guys go and listen to this album, all right? So, without further ado, Bro Law, what's the first song?
Welcome to the Woods.
Welcome to the Woods is the intro to the album. Not the longest song, there's no chorus, there's no hook to this. It's strictly, you know, when I was making this album, I was like, I really want to have a really good intro to the album to where when people are listening to this, to whether they're streaming it or actually have the hard copy in their CD player, whatever. I mean, most people stream it anyways. It's not really a CD generation anymore. But I wanted to start the album off right. I wanted to start it off really cool to give people a cool vibe that would kind of flow into the rest of the album. I got the idea actually from Riff Raff. You guys know Jody High Roller, Riff Raff. He's always known for like doing some funny intros and stuff into his songs, and he actually had a album called The Neon Icon, which is a really funny, good album, and he had his intro to the album was called Introducing the Icon, and I was like, I want to do something like that to where it sets the precedent, it sets a what's the word? Sets a tone for the album, and this is what Welcome to the Woods is. And the album being called Backwoods Badass, I thought Welcome to the Woods would be like the perfect title for that. You know, it's like, hey, welcome to the woods. You know, you kind of put yourself in that mind frame of you're in the woods listening to this album, and you know, it's just welcoming you to it. So I wanted to run down all the things that we love about the country and the backwoods and everything like that we all enjoy, whether it be hunting, fishing, bonfires, moonshine, you know, all these things that kind of bring us together to that we all love. Four-wheel drive and good times is one of the lyrics in there. So it was kind of just bringing all that to light, and you know, basically just starting the album off right, making y'all feel good about it, and I dig it, man. Welcome to the Woods is one of my favorites, and that's what that's all about. I think it's actually one of my favorite songs on the album, strictly because it's like a feel-good song that like gets you up, you know. It gets you up and makes you feel good about what you're about to listen to. So sounds good, it feels good, and that's what Welcome to the Woods is all about. Brings us to numero dos. What we got, Bro Law?
Backwoods Badass featuring Redneck Soldiers.
Backwoods Badass featuring the Redneck Soldiers. It's actually the Backwoods Badass remix, but it's kind of officially now just known as the Backwoods Badass song. I named the album after it for a reason, because every song on this album is basically around that kind of feel, you know, the Backwoods Badass feel. Backwoods Badass is still the #1 song I've ever come out with. I did it with my good old buddies, the Redneck Soldiers, down there in Tennessee, and of course that song's already out. It's on, you know, we got the music video with over 7 million views at this moment, and people eat that shit up. So Backwoods Badass, when me and the Soldiers wrote this song, actually I already had Backwoods Badass, the original, out, that I recorded it on my laptop on one of the freaking microphones for your, you know, that you have your headphones in. I recorded on that, and it just wasn't what I wanted it to be. You know, when I came out with Backwoods Badass in the original, it was supposed to just be a comedy song, pretty much. Honestly, it was kind of shedding light on, you know, the whole country rap thing was like coming up, and everybody was doing it, and I just, you know, I don't take any of that serious. At the time I came out with the original, you know, that's when the whole country rap thing started getting bigger back in the Dizzy, and you know, I wanted a little piece of it, but I wanted to shed some comedy on the thing, you know, and that's still what I'm doing with this whole album, to shed some comedy on it. You know, I don't want anybody to take me serious, even though they always do, but you know, if they saw me in the the studio and they hung out with me on a daily basis, they know I don't take this shit serious. I literally just do it because it's fun, and I think it's cool to see the feedback from people on it and say, hey man, this song made me laugh, or this song put me in a good mood, or whatever. And that was the reason on doing the original one. So then I hooked up with the Renegade Soldiers, like, dude, we got to do a remix to Backwoods Badass. That's the only really the song that I had out besides a couple other comedy songs, and I was like, we should do a remix of this thing, make it sound just ridiculous. I already had the beat and everything, so basically just redid my verse, threw a new hook on there, and then had the Soldiers be on it. They laid down some good shit. We filmed a ridiculous music video for it, and it's still one of the biggest hit songs I've ever had. And it seems like you guys still freaking listen to that shit in your trucks on the way to school, or in the woods, or while you're mudding or whatever. So Backwoods Badass will probably always want to be one of my favorite songs that we've done. I've heard it so many times in my head. Backwoods Badass, that is what they call me. You know, it's such a ridiculous, easy hook, but it's just one of those things that gets stuck in your head. So Backwoods Badass, of course. And the reason why we did it is we wanted to do a ridiculous music video for it, and something amazing for the music video, and I think we did, you know, a killer job with that, and telling a story. Even though the lyrics don't tell a story as much as the music video does, I think the song's more fun in the music video. When you watch it, it kind of puts everything in perspective, and it gives it a cool vibe for your brain. So yeah, man, name the gosh dang album after it. Not much more you can say about that. Backwoods Flat Ass, that is what they call you. All right, number 3. What we got?
Shocked Collar from a Holler featuring Redneck Soldiers.
Shock Collar from a holler. So, Shock Collar from a holler. The reason why this is right after Backwoods Badass on the album is because it is the sequel to Backwoods Badass. We wanted to do a sequel where, you know, in the first Backwoods Badass, you know, I'm kind of talking about these as music videos as well. In the first Backwoods Badass we did, myself and the Redneck Soldiers, you know, we kind of had it like, hey man, I get abducted by this dude that's trying to, that's, you know, basically has this big backwoods business or something like that. I get abducted by him, and then we basically set him up, me and the Soldiers, we take over his business, and then when Shock Collar from a holler comes around, we're running the woods. You know, we're the kings of the freaking woods, you know? And that's kind of what Shock Collar from a holler was about. The name I actually came up with, I believe, when we were filming the Backwoods Badass music video. I was like, next one, it's got to be Shock Collar from a holler. So it's kind of funny. You know, a lot of people, whenever I came out with it, they're like, what does this guy think, he's gangster or something? I'm like, you know, it's satire. It's supposed to be comedy. And a lot of people take it way too serious, and then it loses all the fun. So when we did Shock Collar from a holler, we did it the same way Backwoods Badass was done. We got a killer beat from my guys Byrne County, and I threw the freaking hook on there. I threw my verse on there, sent it over to the Soldiers. They freaking killed it. Hub killed it on his second verse. That was like everybody's favorite verse. Fat Tar at the end, threw some funny shit in there and some reminiscence to Backwoods Badass. It was definitely one of my favorites. We killed it with the sequel to Backwoods Badass, and Shock Collar from a holler lives on, baby. So, you know, with Backwoods Badass and Shock Collar, you know, with our music videos, we like to tell stories. We don't want to, dogs are going crazy in here, trying to get in the gosh dang door when I'm sitting here filming for you. But with these music videos, we like to tell a story rather than just releasing some BS, you know, rapping to the camera. Just, you know, we want to tell a story with it, you know? And so, you know, we tried to do that with Backwoods Badass and Shock Collar, and I think we did a good job on that, and we had fun doing it, baby. And the lyrics in this song kind of define the title Shock Collar from a holler. You know, we talk about, you know, running the woods, and, you know, and we kind of set a imagery in your head on where we're at and what we're doing. And you know, when I say I got frog gigs, trot lines, catfish hooks, and sharpened buck tines, all for you. If you cross me for the last time, put you down like Yeller while listening to Patsy Cline. So that is basically, you know, giving you guys an idea. Hey, you know, we're running the woods now. You know, if anybody crosses us, we're putting you down, boy, like old Yeller. And we're listening to Patsy Cline because we're cool like that, you know. So it's got a satire feel to it, but it's also a really badass song. So that's why it's one of my favorites as well. All right, where we at, bro? Law? What we got now?
Number 4, Rambler.
Rambler. Man, this is God's honest truth. I've thought about this over and over while listening to this album. Rambler is still my favorite song I've ever done. and I almost called the album Rambler. The reason I didn't was because Backwoods Badass, the biggest song, you know, it's already got the name there. People already know what that is, but everything kind of surrounded the Backwoods Badass name. All the songs did. Rambler, without a doubt, my most favorite song I've ever done. I got this beat from my guys, Burn County. Burn County Music, they're killer. That's where I get my beats from. And they sent me, I don't know, 10 or 12 beats. And I listened to this one. I can't even remember what the beat was called. I think it was called Mockingbird or something like that. And I listened to it, and instantly, right when I knew I wanted to make a song about this, which I'll get into in a second, but I knew I wanted to make a song called Rambler or something like that with the rambling lifestyle that I was living at the time. And I wanted to do that. And right when I heard where the hook goes, I was just like, Rambler. And I heard it in my head instantly. And I was like, this is the one, man. This is the first song that in that set of beats that they gave me. I was like, hey man, I'm gonna start writing to this today. And I did, and I came up with Rambler, got the hook done, and went straight to the studio and got it done. That's why I released Rambler so fast after getting the beat, which probably you guys didn't know, but definitely my favorite song. I think it's one, you know, it was my first serious song I ever released. Everything else was kind of comedy and satire, and Rambler was like 100% serious. And you know, a lot of people wanted me to do that for the longest time. You know, I don't consider myself no really good musician or the greatest rapper or the greatest singer. I think you can see that in Rambler, actually. If you listen to the chorus, I mean, it's me basically just my raspy voice singing on it. But I felt that like in the moment. And I always wanted to do a song on, you know, the rambling lifestyle, in which you don't really hear much about anymore, but you heard about it a lot in the old days with Hank Sr. and Merle Haggard and Johnny Cash. You heard it a lot with those guys, and Willie Nelson. They talked about being a rambling man and stuff like that, and you're always like, well, what is that, you know, what does that mean exactly? What does that mean? And I kind of wanted to make this song to define what a rambler was. And you know, if you listen to the lyrics without watching the music video, because we went kind of a different way with the music video, but the actual song, the lyrics, it tells about the struggles of being away, traveling all the time, but being addicted to the road, being addicted to that lifestyle, and where you're always on the road and experiencing different cultures. And you know, in the hook it says, come back home, Rambler, come back home. I know you are alone. And you know, that's the way it feels when you're out on the road. So I kind of wanted the chorus and the hook to be an introspective looking in, like towards the Rambler, and then the verses kind of explaining, you know, why I am that way and why I am addicted to that lifestyle and being on the road and not conforming to what everybody else is looking for, and working a 9 to 5 and getting married right out of high school and having kids right away. And while not experiencing everything that there is out there to experience, that Rambler is always trying to look for new experiences and gaining knowledge from those experiences as well. So that's why I wrote the song. I think it's a very important song for people to listen to if they're in that state of mind, especially when they're younger. Just kind of like, man, maybe there is a lot more out there that I can see. Maybe there is a lot more that, rather than just, you know, okay, my parents say I got to go to college, which, you know, that's what you know, it's not a bad idea, but for me, it was completely different. I stayed on the road, I traveled all the time, I've done a bunch of different projects, and that's what I liked, so I wrote a song about it, Rambler, my favorite song on the album, and it's probably gonna be a lot of y'all's as well. It's one of my favorites, man. So, and I think it really brings, this album has a lot of seriousness, and then it has a lot of funniness. It brings it brings a lot of things together, where I think it's, you know, it'll bring it up and then it'll bring it down. It'll bring it up, it'll bring it down. That's why I think, when I was listening to this album all together, I was trying to figure out the track list perfectly and where to put these songs, and I think I got it right. So that's Rambler for you, man. All right, what we got next? What number are we at?
Number 5, Last Dance.
Last Dance, number 5. We're halfway through this album now. All right, Last Dance. So, it's kind of funny. Last Dance, that's the title of the song. And this is actually, I don't know, it's up there for me. This is another serious one. It comes right after Rambler. It kind of, you know, Rambler brings you down a little bit and gives you that calming mood. But Last Dance is right after Rambler, and it brings you up a little bit, but it brings you down. It kind of gives you this whole weird thing within the song. So I originally got this beat that's not even used for the song, and I wrote the song to that beat. Had a different hook on it, had a whole bunch of different stuff, right? So I went to go send it to the Burn County guys to get mastered. The song, I think it was called Still Alive. Before, and then my buddy Ty, who works over there, he's like, hey dude, I think it would actually work better on this beat that I got. Let's just see how it flows, let's see how it does. And he sent it over to me. He basically just took my verses and put them on this new song with the same kind of tempo and everything, and I loved it. Like right when he sent it to me, I was like, that's it, man, that is it, that's perfect, I love it. And the way I wrote the song was kind of like as a, it kind of comes off Rambler a little bit, to where there's these people, you know, that just, oh man, how do I explain this? I feel, you know, the original song was called Still Alive, and now it's called Last Dance. I see so many people in my daily life that they're alive, but they feel dead to me. They're working this 9-to-5 job. They're in this freaking weird world in their head where they're just like, just wake up same time every day, go to bed same time every day, see their woman the same time every day. It's the same thing over and over. And I wanted to write a song about that, and I wanted to kind of put it in perspective for people, that there is so many more things out there, and basically giving ideas, I guess, to people to feel more alive. That there is ways where you may be stuck in a rut right now, but there's so many more things out there that you can do to get out of that rut. It's your choice. It's your choice to change your life, you know. And there's these people that are just in a life that they're in a cage. It's like they're in a jail cell and they can't get out because they're not making the right choices, or they're just comfortable. And this song is basically about getting out of your comfort zone and being a different person, and trying to feel alive, trying to feel that alive feeling. Basically just trying to get out of your comfort zone and feel that you are alive. Because I just see so many people that I'll even meet at meet and greets and stuff, and that's what kind of got me to write this song. There's people that are just stuck in a rut, and all they do is the same thing every gosh dang day. So I wanted to write a song about that. That's what Last Dance is about. You know, the hook is this is our last dance down this road. It's basically, you know, the hook is saying this is your last dance, this is your last chance. Go out and live, feel alive. And that's what I wrote it about, and it's definitely one of my favorites. I think you guys are gonna dig it. We're actually filming the music video for that in a couple weeks here, and I'm super excited about it. One of the good ones on the album for shit. What are we at, number 6 now?
Yep.
All right, what we got?
Kill Billy.
Kill Billy! Oh yeah! I decided Kill Billy, I was gonna do the music video for Kill Billy with the album drop, just because it's just so badass, man. I wrote this song. I've had the name Kill Billy in my head forever. I've never really heard anybody say it, but I always liked that name, Kill Billy, and I was like, I gotta call a freaking song that, and that's what I did. So Kill Billy is it's not what you're thinking. You probably thinking it's something about some hillbilly killing people or something like that, but it's not. Kill Billy, what my interpretation of it was basically it's basically just a freaking, it's a hillbilly son bitch that likes to hunt and likes to fish. And that's kind of how I wrote it. The hook's cool, it gets stuck in your head. It's one of those songs that gets stuck in your head really easily again. I think a lot of people, I could kind of see the comments already. I could kind of feel that a lot of people are gonna take it really serious and stuff like that. But my message was more towards these social justice warrior, PETA, ridiculous people that don't understand that us as human beings wouldn't be here without hunting, wouldn't be here without fishing. You know, we harvest these animals, we kill these animals, but not for pleasure. We're killing these animals for food. My freezer stays packed up, and I feed my family with it. That's all I eat. And it was kind of just explaining that to people, because there's a lot of people out there that, hey, and I'm not saying everybody needs to be a hunter or fisherman. I just want people to understand and realize that that hunting and fishing is always going to be there. It's never going to change, and there is a sick representation of people that hunters and fishermen are like Elmer Fudd in a cartoon, and they're just sitting in a tree stand drinking beer or something like that. That's not what us hunters are about. And hey, there's some people like that still, but that's not me. That's not the majority of hunters, and I'm just trying to explain that in this song. Our country has a huge disconnection with food. They don't understand it. They're like, well, you could just go to a store. Well, guess what, bitch? The store, these factory farms and crap, they're putting steel pipes through these cows' head, and sometimes they miss, and these cows are suffering, or whatever that you're buying at the store. Something has to die for you to eat, and people don't see that realization most of the time. So this song was kind of just about that. I had a lot of fun with it. The music video turned out really freaking cool. We tried to kind of film it like a Quentin Tarantino type movie or something, with the titles and with the blood and all that kind of stuff. So I think you guys are gonna dig it. It's one of the more hype songs on the album for sure. It's definitely something you can listen to while you're heading to the tree stand or heading out west to go freaking hunt elk or something like that. It's just one of those songs that gets you in the mood to go hunting or fishing. So Killbilly might be one of your favorites. I can already see it now. It's definitely one of my favorites. Definitely check it out. What track was that? Number 6?
Yep.
Track number 6, Killbilly, baby. Number 7, right?
Yep.
All right, where are we at?
Yuppie Folks Can't Survive featuring Bottleneck.
Yuppie Folks Can't Survive. So Yuppie Folks comes right after Killbilly. If I didn't already explain to the people enough in Killbilly that we like the country lifestyle, we hunt, we fish, and all this crap, we definitely come and bring it home with Yuppie Folks Can't Survive. This is an old song actually that me and Bottleneck, my good old buddy Bottleneck, who is another artist I love working with and we worked with before. We did a song together called You Ain't Country, and Yuppie Folks was the first song that I brought to him years ago. We had fun filming it. We filmed it actually down in Florida on the black water in the swamps, and it was a lot of fun. It was a lot of freaking fun, and we kind of just talk about it's kind of we took the beat from Country Boy Can Survive, Hank Williams Jr., and we kind of redid it a little bit, made it a little rap beat out of it, and we said Yuppie Folks Can't Survive. So it's a little bit of a parody off of it, but definitely got a higher tempo, and we had some fun, man. So, and if Killbilly wasn't enough, we're basically just shitting at all these people that just don't understand what we're doing. What we're trying to explain in this song, Yuppie Folks Can't Survive, is that literally if the world went to shit, who would be running shit? It'd be the rednecks, it'd be the hillbillies, it wouldn't be the yuppies, driving their freaking Porsches, living in, on concrete, in the concrete jungle and all this shit, that don't know how to hunt and don't know how to fish and don't know how to stay alive because all they do is go to a gosh dang store. And that's always what their argument is, so. And me and Bottleneck, we wanted to do a song together that represented that. Did the hook on it, did my 2 verses on it, and then I sent it to Bottleneck. He had the last verse on it, and we had a lot of fun with it, man. We're basically just trying to let people know that, hey, don't freaking look down upon us. Don't look down upon the downtrodden of the South and the country culture, because one day if the world does go to shit, you might be looking at them as, hey man, you gotta feed me. You gotta feed me and my family. You know what I'm saying? Those are the people that know how to do it, and we're the people that know how to hunt and fish, and we know how to provide. We might have to do that for them yuppies one day, you know what I'm saying? So it's a super fun song to do. People love that shit, and I hope you guys dug it as well. Thanks to Hank Jr. for giving us a song to kind of parody off a little bit. It was a lot of fun. Yuppie Folks Can't Survive. It's a good one. What we got, Nick?
Number 8, Renegade, featuring Demon Jones.
Renegade! Oh man! So actually I just uploaded the behind the scenes of when we were filming that music video a couple days ago with my boy Demon Jones, straight from Jones County, Georgia. I wanted to have Demon on this album for sure, on a track, because him and I have been talking about it forever. We've been friends for a long time. So I hollered at him. I was like, dude, let's get on this song Renegade that I had an idea for. It was kind of the same way I came up with Rambler. I had a song for Renegade as well, or I had a thought in my mind for Renegade, and basically the definition of a renegade is like a person who betrays an organization or doesn't conform to society and stuff like that. So I wanted to make a song on that because it's kind of what a lot of people in this game, they relate to. You know what I'm saying? We're not trying to be something that everybody else is trying to be, you know what I mean? So wanted to get Demon on this because I thought he was going to be perfect for it, and he was. I was trying to figure out the hook. I remember I was laying in bed one night and I was like, I want this song Renegade, and I knew the beat we had for it, and I was just trying to figure out the hook, and I really loved the way it turned out. Flying down a back road feeling like a renegade. Renegade. and kind of threw in a little ZZ Top there. And the hook is one of those things that definitely gets you hyped up. This is probably one of the more hype songs on the album as well. So I threw my verse down, kind of telling a story basically. I wanted to tell a story on kind of how, on what being a renegade is all about, and what I'm striving for, and what I'm trying to do. And so I laid that shit down, sent it over to Demon, and Demon, you know, he takes a couple days and he's like, let me think about this, man. You know, I'm thinking, man, he's gonna lay something down on it. He's gonna do the bridge on it as well, right? So Demon sends me the song back and made me laugh my gosh dang ass off because it was perfect. He brought, like, you know, it was kind of serious, but the hook was kind of like out loud and in your face. It needed a little bit of funniness on there, you know. I had a little bit of funniness in my verse, but it wasn't like it usually was. Demon put the comedy in there, and it just turned out hilarious, man. About him freaking trying tobacco and always puking. And the backstory about that was pretty funny, because every time I see Demon, and he's not a dipper or anything like that, but he always asks for a dip. He's like, Outlaw, let me get a dip, dude. And that's at the beginning of the song. He's like, Outlaw, let me get a dip, boy. So every time we see each other, whether it be at a show or backstage or something like that, I give him a dip, and like he always throws it in, and like 20 minutes later he's puking. It like never fails. He always does. So his verse was basically telling the story about those times, which was great. And then the freaking bridge he laid on that thing was insane. And it's just one of those things that gets stuck in your head, and it's super fun. So it's a really fun song, really fast paced, in your face. We're gonna release the music video for that thing right when summer's about to kick off, and I think it's gonna be fun, man. I think it's gonna be a summer banger for a lot of you mother truckers out there, and it's definitely a fun one. So Renegade, one of my favorites, and when I let people listen to this album, they listen to this whole thing, and I'm like, hey man, what was your favorite song? And most of them, they say Renegade, because they're like, it's just a fun song. It's one of those songs that you can get hype with, and it's definitely a killer one. So Renegade's gonna be hot for shizzle. I'm sure you guys are gonna like that. All right, we got to be almost done now here. What track we on now?
Number 9.
Number 9.
Tell It to the Bottle featuring Crucifix.
Tell It to the Bottle. Okay, this one is going to surprise some people for sure. This song is going to be a big surprise to a lot of people. Now, a lot of people might think that Rambler is going to be the most serious song on the album. That's 100% not true. Tell It to the Bottle is 100% the most serious song on the album. And Crucifix is on this song. And Crucifix, if you guys don't know who Crucifix is, like, one of my favorite guys in this genre. This dude is a ridiculous singer. Like, he's got some pipes, dude. And I fell in love with Crucifix when he did this song called The Dreamer, and he filmed the music video here in Colorado when he lived here, and it was insane. So I knew I wanted to have a song with Crucifix. I got this beat from the Bern County boys, and instantly, right when I heard it, I was like, this is it. This is the Crucifix song. This is what I've been waiting for. I sent it over to Cruz. I said, bro, I want you to do the hook on this thing and do a verse or do the bridge, whatever. I want you to do it. Thinking that he would just send me the hook or whatever and we'd write to it and take a little bit. This sumbitch, within a couple days, sends me the most ridiculous hook that one of the best ones I've ever heard from him, a ridiculous verse, and much, much more that you'll hear in the song. Like, this guy freaking killed it, okay? First of all, I don't even give a shit about me on this track. Like, when we were filming the music video for this thing a couple days ago, one of my lines in the freaking music video, I'm like, dude, I don't even want to be in this thing. Crucifix is killing it. He kills it on the song and he kills it in the music video. You know, my part's just irrelevant. I don't even care, you know. I try to write my verses with the intent of, you know, tell it to the bottle. It's basically just people that are battling alcoholism and going through really, really tough times and being down in the dirt with nothing left. And basically, I wrote my verses being down, but then also trying to come out of it. And Crucifix portrays the opposite on staying down and not getting out of it. And it is a really powerful song. Really powerful song, the most moving song on the album for sure. And I think a lot of people are gonna take this to heart, and it was so powerful that during the music video, Crucifix started to cry when we were filming, which really brought it all together. And I think the music video is gonna be super powerful when you guys see it as well. I was getting moved by it. I was getting goosebumps all over the place when we were recording it and filming the music video. So Tell It to the Bottle, 100% will probably be the best music video I've ever done. once it's edited and everything's said and done. And you guys might think that this is one of the best songs we've done as well. Crucifix killed it. He brought the song all together. I'm super happy that I did it with him. I couldn't have done it with anyone else. And yeah, this is for sure probably one of, you know, Tell It to the Bottle is probably my number 2 on the album for sure. It was my number 1, but I think Rambler just, you know, it just got a little bit more with me. But freaking Tell It to the Bottle, dude, it might be a lot of people's favorites out there. I can't wait for you guys to hear that one, and just freaking the music video is gonna be insane. So can't wait for you guys to hear that one for shizzle. All right, are we on the last one, bro?
Yep.
What's we got here?
Number 10, Wild Wild West.
Wild Wild West. All right, man. So this album, like I said, has its ups and downs. It makes you feel good, it brings you up, it brings you down, it brings you up, it brings you down, all right? So I wanted to leave this album on a good note. I wanted to leave people hype as fuck, you know what I'm saying? So I got this Wild Wild West. I've had this beat for years, man. I bought this beat off freaking YouTube, got the exclusive rights for it a long freaking time ago. Always had it in my repertoire, never brought it out, wanted to bring it out for this song here. Super simple hook that gets you freaking, that just sounds good, it's fun. And then laid some ridiculous comedy verses on it as well. It's definitely not meant to be taken serious like a lot of people are, okay? It's definitely one of the funnier songs on the album, if not the funniest. And I can't wait for you guys to hear this one, man. Because, dude, we got some references from the 90s. We've got some good references in here. That this is a song, you gotta listen to all the lyrics, all right? You gotta listen to it. Listen to it a couple times, listen to the lyrics, and then you'll get the full comedy of it, you know what I mean? So it's super fun. It ends the album on a perfect note, on just leaving you like, hey man, that was a good freaking album, dude. Like it takes you up, it takes you down, it takes you up, and then it leaves you on this high note. So welcome, Wild Wild West. It was probably the funnest to record. We did a little behind the scenes of the album of like recording this song. I thought it was super fun with Fat Boy there telling me what to do and crap like that. I hope you guys enjoyed that. But Wild Wild West, man, it's called Wild Wild West. That's what the hook says, but the verses are pretty much nothing about the Wild Wild West. So it's just one of those songs that are super funny and super fun to listen to, and the music video is going to definitely be fun for this to film. And yeah, like I said, leaves the album on a high note. It's going to be a fun one, and I don't know, man. Bro, what's your favorite song on the album, dude?
Tell It to the Bottle.
Tell It to the Bottle?
Yep.
Tell It to the Bottle, favorite. That's what I think a lot of people are going to say is Tell It to the Bottle. But Wild Wild West, it's a fun one. I love it. I hope you guys enjoy it. You can get it anywhere, iTunes, Amazon, Google Play. It's gonna be all over the place, and we will have these hard copies available on my website, keepithillbilly.com. We didn't make too many of these, so get them while you can. All the links are gonna be in the description box below. Of course, if you guys haven't pre-ordered it yet, that's in there as well, as long with the download links and everything. Listen, all these people in Nashville and LA and New York and all these big record companies, they are going to look at you guys and they are going to say, holy shit, these mother truckers are powerful. I'm telling y'all right now, we are going to make a dent in the freaking industry that a silly little YouTuber like me is coming out with an album that's really just to have fun with. I did this album, I just wanted to have fun, and I did. I had a ton of fun making this album. I'm gonna have a ton of fun releasing it to you guys and showing you all the music videos. If I haven't told you guys yet, we're doing a music video for every single song on the album. 4 of them are already out, but we got 5 to go, so, or 6 to go. 6 to go, so. Super fun, man. I can't thank you guys so much for your support and pre-ordering and just hyping this thing up bigger than it could ever be. So, love you guys. And I reckon we'll see y'all on the dip side. Keep it freaking hillbilly, baby! Backwoods badass. Get at it.
In the bed, shaking their butts. I don't care why these people stare. Call me Josie Wales with flair. I'll accept your dare and ride this bull with silky underwear. Call me Lane Frost. 8 seconds is my middle name. Last that long in bed, now I'm dead. Call me John Wayne. Born in the South, raised in the West, then back to the South, then back to the West. I don't know which one I like best. Holy dick, look at that girl's breast. Her chickens said they were from Great Britain.